will perhaps come as no surprise that one of the biggest evolutions in relation to football is the way in which injuries are now diagnosed, treated and rehabilitated. To give you a taste of how things used to be a half-century ago, former City stars Terry Allcock and Bill Punton share a great story from an FA Cup tie with Halifax Town.
Terry, I'll tell you about the Leggy brawl. It was against Halifax in the FA Cup. It was packed and the game was going really good. You know, we were 3 up and he chipped the ball to me. As I trapped it travelled 30 yards and this bloke hit him as I trapped the ball. Broke his leg. I carried him off, strapped him up. He came back on again and he said to me, "Can you hear that cracking?" It was. His leg was cracking. He was hobbling up and down.
I broke it in about the 45th minute or so and had to play on and played for the rest of the game with a broken leg. And the rehabilitation, basically the trainer at the time at the club lived close by where I was, and he would make me ride on a bicycle to work, which was about 3 or 4 miles, and back again. And when I was here, we didn't have a specially training area, we used Carrow Road. And part of the rehabilitation was running up and down the terraces to get strength into the legs.
The way in which players fuel themselves with a proper performance diet has changed as well. Here's how the team's nutritional habits have evolved over the years.
If we played on a Friday, trained on a Friday and played in the Midlands or in the North on a Saturday, we'd say in Manchester, we'd train on a Friday morning, we'd then go straight to Sutton Bridge, which is on the way to Manchester, and have a meal at a restaurant or a hotel. Travel on in the afternoon, have tea and biscuits in the afternoon on the way. Arrive at the hotel, have a full meal, go to the pitches perhaps in the evening, come back, tea and biscuits before you went to bed, got up in the morning, had a full breakfast. Then before the game you'd have fish, chicken or steak and rice pudding. And by the time you go on the pitch, you're absolutely whacked because you know, obviously it wasn't the right thing to do. And at that time what we did, we rang Coleman Foods and asked what was the best thing that we could eat before games. And they suggested Angel Light, which was very light, sugary, give you energy, and you could then play and use that energy when you're playing and not feel too heavy when you went on the pitch. But today, of course, nutrition is a big part of the game.
I still remember to this day my first ever away trip as a professional. It was, you could order what you wanted for dinner. I remember I think I had steak, egg and chips for my dinner the night before the game. Then before the game, probably a massive plate of pasta and sauces and whatever you wanted. There was no sort of guidance at all. Whereas as you go further down the line, you're told what to eat. When I finished playing, you basically had a nutritional pack, and it was, this are the best things to eat. There was a set sort of menu, a bit buffet style, but obviously it was all pastas, proteins, and you were given guidance, and it was the same during the season and the off season of what to eat, and you had to hit certain weights and certain targets and body fat percentages. So it was a lot stricter.
In general, away from football, people's diets have changed massively in like 15, 20 years. But for me, especially being injured at the moment, one of the first things we did was sat down with sports science and the chef and went through nutrition and what I should and shouldn't be eating, and making sure that I'm not going to be putting on any weight, but having as much protein as possible. And that's really important to be able to keep my fitness and my body weight to as best I can to be able to get back in great condition.